should
Okay.
do it.
Yep. Sounds good. Just give me a cue when I go in, because I can't hear your music.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I should do it.
You recording?
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an introduction for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I should do it.
On drive.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yeah, that works.
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are cutting an
I'm on
introduction
it, though.
for our podcast.
Do you think we should maybe crack a beer first?
I should do it.
Are you a fan of Star Wars? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? What about beer? If so, this may be the podcast for you.
Brick,
Yep.
Yeah?
you're talking like that again.
Well, we are.
Welcome to episode 53 of Galaxy of Beeroes. On today's episode, we share our latest boasts. We share some event recaps, our Grand Arena Championship season review, and one of us gets to enjoy some Dogfish Head beer. Let's jump into the cantina.
Cantina music's playing. Mort, what's going on, man? All right. We are live, guys. Welcome to the stream. We've
All
got
right,
we've got one viewer so far. That's good.
Nice.
We're off to a hot start. Thank you for it, Mort. How you doing, man? Got to see your you went 11-1, I think, on all 3 accounts. And he beat a cheater today. That was awesome.
Heck yeah, that's got to feel real good. Somebody that's like trying to skirt the system.
Yeah, it was pretty
You
much
can still take him down.
Pretty much like a foregone conclusion that they used. What is it? APK or some shit? I don't know what these loser ass cheaters use.
What
But,
does that do?
just got ridiculous banners. Like used 2 level 80 ships to get 65 banners or more than that. 70 something? I don't know. It was obvious, but he actually won them. So
Yeah.
what's up, Boski? Welcome, man. All right, so
Spice Den in the
today,
house.
I'm the only one drinking. Do you want to explain why you're not drinking?
Yeah, so I can't drink. I'm on some meds that prohibit me from drinking right now. I threw my back out, doing literally nothing strenuous.
If you say
I
humping
wasn't
my mom, I'm gonna be really pissed.
like I wasn't doing squats or like moving furniture or anything like manly. I was getting ready for work, got out of the shower, back felt a little tight. I was like, that feels kind of weird. Went downstairs, got some stuff, came back up, and I was like, yeah, this kind of hurts real bad. And then I'm walking to my room to grab one more thing, and then I basically fall into the wall and start screaming in pain and have to cry for my wife to come help me to a chair.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah, so I spent the whole day basically in that chair trying to keep like the weight off my back, and took 2 days off work, had to go to the urgent care, get a shot, get some pills. And yeah, the pills prohibit me from drinking, so I'm still actually in pain from it. It's almost like 5 days from when it first happened, and I'm still hurting. So,
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Not fun getting old.
Boski is drinking in your honor, he said. And,
Awesome.
And so am I. I'm going with
Cheers, anyways.
a pumpkin ale here. You know, I'm not normally like a pumpkin ale kind of guy, but it just felt right. I saw it. I was in the grocery store. I wasn't even trying to buy beer. And Fort Mort's got his apple juice, of course. Cheers to you, Fort. But it just looked tasty, and I'm willing to drink any beer, really.
There's nothing wrong with pumpkin beer. I don't buy a lot of it, but I have to buy like 6 or 12 pack of it when they first come out, just like get that flavor, you know.
Ooh.
I enjoy it, but you know, yeah, becomes a lot after a while.
Mm-hmm. Fort, we did pretty darn good. We're gonna save it though. It's gonna be a treat. We're gonna tease you.
We're gonna leave it for the hard meat.
It was good. I'll tell you that. It was good. I can't wait to go through.
Usually it was good for one of us and not the other.
Right. So, what do you want to read up anything on this beer? Do you want to?
I don't have that one, but
okay. It's a Dogfish Head Pumpkin Ale.
Okay.
It is 7% alcohol, and it has some frogs, an owl, and a mouse on some kind of a pumpkin float boat, zeppelin of sorts.
Sounds cool.
But yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Dogfish Head is one of those breweries that you can almost always rely on their stuff being good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've really ever had anything from them where I was like, yeah, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, me neither. I've had some like oddball varieties too, like I had some kind of a strawberry or berry beer, which I'm not normally a big fan of, and it was delicious, man. It was, but you pay the price. It's like always $12 or $13 for a sixer, I feel like.
Yeah. All right, I got some quick notes on this one. Every beer from Dogfish Head has a story, and here is Pumpkin Ale's story. It's a full-bodied brown ale with smooth hints of pumpkin and brown sugar. They brew pumpkin ale with pumpkin meat, brown sugar, and spices. As the season cools, it's the perfect beer to warm up with. It's won a bunch of awards. Like you said, ABV is 7. The color is medium amber to copper. A lot of cinnamon aroma. What would you say the mouth feels like there, Brick?
The mouthfeel. It's got a very beery mouthfeel. Yeah. You know, it tastes like you're drinking a beer, I would say. Would
you say it's full bodied with lingering spices and cinnamon tingle?
Oh, yeah, dude. That's weird that you picked up on that.
That's exactly what. You may want to go up to the fridge, though. There's some food pairings here.
Oh, fridge is right here.
You probably have sharp cheddar. I would think that's something that you would keep around.
Yeah, I don't. I wish I did.
Do you have turkey,
I know, fresh out.
roasted duck, lamb, stuffing?
Yes, I am stocked up on roasted duck, so that's perfect for me.
Perfect. Good. That's the best stuff to go with that beer there. So.
It's good though. There is a spicy taste to it, which I'm not mad about. It's a good beer.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, so let's get into some boasts, and beers.
Yeah.
Well, beer, I guess, for me, because you're not having one. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first? What do you want?
I can go first.
All right, you had a big week.
Mine's gonna be long as fuck.
Yeah. All right.
This was quite a week for me in the game, and I gave a few hints of what I was going to be going for over this time frame since our last episode. I said I was going to be going for Jedi Luke and Gas and see how I do, and maybe this is a week where I can unveil a bunch of stuff. So I did get Jedi Knight Luke.
Woo!
I did get Gas.
Woo!
And I gonna save my other thing for later probably because we don't want to announce that quite yet.
I like it.
If you want, I can go through some of the event stuff for Luke and or Gas. So I'll start with Luke because Luke is one of the newer ones. Gas has been around for over a year now. Of all of the events that I've ever done in this game, Jedi Luke was by far the best storied event of all of them. It really followed the whole sequence of that character really well, didn't jump too much. The characters in it felt like they were necessary for the story. The cutscenes were just like smooth and like really awesome. I really enjoyed playing this one. It wasn't like fucking ridiculous like some other events out there. I'm not gonna name any names right now. But I really enjoyed it, and there was really only one tier of this event where I got stuck for a little bit. But it was one that I could like get over. You know, it wasn't too bad. So tier 1 is the wave where you have Wampa, and my Wampa was already like really ready to wreck shit. I had it modded pretty well. I only needed to do a little bit of minor mod changes to get some health and offense up, and I got through that one pretty quickly, like 5 attempts I think. Tier 2, the CLS one. Against Wampa, also pretty easy. I didn't even change mods on this one because I have a pretty high potency CLS. So tier 2, I kind of breezed through. Tier 3, I took me a few tries on this one. This is one of the ones where you use Rolo, Cholo, 3PO, and Chewie. And it looks very kind of similar setup as the tier 6, except you're fighting different opponents. This is one with Vader and some snowtroopers. It's a 2-wave one. It took me a little bit of like redos on this one, but I finally got into the strategy. Basically, beat all the enemies before Vader's countdown gets to 0. So you just gotta kind of watch his meter. Overall, it wasn't too bad. Tier 4, the fleet mission was really fun actually. Going into it, I was kind of overconfident. And I was like, I'm just gonna blow through this one because these fleet missions and these events, I was like, man, they're always kind of just lame. They're just there for being there. Mm-hmm. But it was a little bit harder than I expected. You had to get the timing right. It wasn't crazy RNG. I just had to figure out like who to target when. And I think I wasted a little bit not realizing that I couldn't defeat Vader's ship the whole time. And the point of it is that you basically stave them off long enough so you could hyperdrive basically out of there. So that was pretty fun to do.
Nice.
Tier 5 was Hoda and CLS on like the Dagobah, basically. That one was pretty fun and pretty quick. Tier 6, though, I got stuck for a while. It took me 78 attempts to get through this one. Had to do a lot of mod changes. Yeah. I was following the gaming fans strategy on the whole thing. Whenever I got stuck a little bit, and even that one didn't help me. I had to finally get the advice from the Reality Skewed Gamers video they did in this event. That's kind of like what's got me over the hump, I think, with right modding. So that one was stressing me out and getting me kind of angry at the event for a little bit, but I knew what I had to do. I just couldn't get the mods totally right. But 78 attempts was like the most I'd ever done on any event before. So I was like, this is crazy. Like I can't even like get through this. But eventually did. And then tier 7 wasn't too bad. That one is basically just Vader and Luke.
Yeah, chucking
So
stuff at each other, right?
yeah, you're Vader, and the opponent is Luke. I had to speed my Vader up a little bit, but it didn't take more than 4 or 5 tries. A full day of fighting on this thing, but overall, I thought it was a really cool event.
Cool.
Those requirements were steep, and I don't really know if it needed to be that high. You know, I know this character is one that is supposed to be able to, if teamed right, counter some galactic legends. But taking some of these characters up to Relic 3 was, a little bit annoying, I think, because now I don't have a use really for them.
Right.
Dropping them on defense for them to not get a hold. But it is what it is. The character's awesome. Even at like the low gear level I'm at right now, just gear 10 because I didn't save gear. Able to wreck shit. Like using him as a lead, that team is really fun to work with. So
Nice.
and you can pull in some of those Jedi that you don't normally use.
Yeah.
Like I don't use Old Ben, I don't use Ezra. So you can really kind of pick and choose which ones you pair with them, so that you're not pulling apart too many other like quality teams. So it was a real fun one. So I liked it.
Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. Gas though, I really don't want to talk about it too much because I'm still kind of sour on the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll just say real quick though, over 200 attempts on tier 4.
Dang.
So yeah, that's as much as I want to say about it.
Okay.
But your guide, along with Sir George's video, is what got me through. It was really like I knew what stats I needed, but I just couldn't get there. And then once I did get there, it was still like 50 more attempts to get the right RNG. So
right. Yeah, it's not an easy event, that's for sure. Real quick, in chat, Curtis is Blow is in the chat. What's up, man? He's still at work, but no beer until later. Good call.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't drink at work.
Hopefully, I mean, you could, but I don't. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't
and
either.
Fort had it looked like Jedi Knight Luke with no video help, just chat. 11 and a half hours. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, marathon, man. Yeah, I saw a lot of people doing the gas event and different people on Twitch. One thing I do want to say, I'm cutting you off in the middle of your
No, you're good.
beers, your boost posts and beers, but I've been trying to connect more with the Twitch community and kind of trying to understand the flow of things, and it's really cool, man. Like I've been exposed to just a ton of really cool content creators. Like everybody's super friendly. Like just to name a few, we've been following Fort Mort stuff for a while. He's always churning out awesome stuff. I love his GAC because he always does his attacks like an hour and a half. I think he starts typically before reset to start. Before the attack phase ends, so he can get the competitive advantage in some cases against his opponents. But I love the culture of it's like an event. It's like, okay, Mort is attacking. This is awesome. Like everybody's there. Like everybody knows what you're getting in for. He's he's ready to rock. He's gonna show you some awesome strategy and love the way he sets his defenses and does attacking and scouts his opponents. The whole thing is awesome. So like he has that, and then just I'm getting used to this. Like the chain gang is really cool too as well.
Chain gang's fun, yeah.
The escape pod, and I keep tangenting here, but they were gracious enough, the escape pod, to have us on their show last Friday, which was awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah, thank you guys so much if you're listening, or anybody from the escape pod castaways or anybody. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, and really enjoyed talking to those guys. But they do this chain gang on most attack phase days before the attack phase ends. And typically I think it starts with Rico, and then it goes into like Andy Beads, who is another Twitch content creator I've been checking out. It's just cool. Like it's like each channel, each content creator is like their own little universe, their own little world, and they have their own little like niche of like different things
each one's
they
unique.
do. So like it's really cool, man. I've been exposed to a lot of awesome people, and more people are coming. Like Fatal from the Playbook. He's been I think he's on YouTube primarily, and he's been on the Gambit podcast recently. He did their Friday night stream. He's been streaming his GAC fights, and that guy's just like a mastermind. I've picked up tips from him, and it's awesome. There's a lot of really good content creators out there, and I'm really enjoying it. So
yeah,
I digress.
very cool community, and like you said, like everybody has their own thing, their own unique way of like doing it. And I would be so stressed out being in Mort's time slot that he always does, because I like to kind of chip away. That's part of why I don't stream a lot, because I like to just do little by little, because sometimes going into these battles, it like my heart gets racing, I'm getting all worked up, and like I don't like doing them back to back so that I can like plan out what I want to do next.
Yeah.
I kind of like look at like what they've done on their GAC history and whatnot. So
Yes. Sometimes, like I have a newfound respect for a lot of content creators that are on Twitch, especially those who stream their GAC fights, because most of the time it's a pretty cool, friendly thing where like chat's really helping the person. Yeah. But there's been a few times where I'm watching, it's like, okay, so you're going out on a limb here doing content creation. You have somebody in the chat just like telling you what to do with your squad, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could do what you say, but also, like, I have good intuition of what I should do, and I don't really need help in this particular instance. And, everybody's got an opinion, so it's, hey, the Schnaps with the subscription. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Dish Snaps. Is he in?
Yeah.
Sweet.
He just subscribed, so.
Awesome. Dish Snaps, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm really liking it. And I don't know, just thankful for meeting a new community of people and new content creators, and
yeah, it's been fun
chatting with everybody. So anyway,
yep.
I digress. Go ahead, Darket. Sorry. 2
more things real quick. Gear 12 Scion, because I'm trying to get my bug counter to not be General Grievous.
Nice.
Because I feel like I'm wasting him all the time when I'm doing it with the General Grievous squad. I could use that for something else. And then for the last territory battle, our guild chose to go back to Hoth TB for one run, so we can get some more Get One, and that was kind of a blast. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Not having to like beat my head against the wall while I'm trying to go through these LS Geo waves and getting my fully Relic 35 team through 2 waves or something like that. So it was cool to have something that was a little bit easier going. Mm-hmm. Even though it still had to hound some people to deploy when they needed to. There was like 12 minutes left and we were still like 2 million short. I was like, I swear to God, if you guys don't deploy right now to get this 45th star, you're going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. And you're going to lose your spot, because come on.
Yeah, seriously.
But we got 45. It was fun. Yeah. You got to play with some teams in situations that you don't normally, so it was cool.
Our rosters have really come up, we've evolved a lot since we've done the light side TB, and it really wasn't that long ago. I feel like maybe 3-4 months ago we did it to try and just get the feet.
I feel like it was March when we maxed it out the first time.
You and I were going to see. I feel like no, maybe not. I thought we were going to see the last Star Wars movie, but maybe not.
Okay. The Schnaps would know if he's...
March. He said yes, March.
Yeah, okay. March. Okay.
How
about you? How was your boosting this week?
It was pretty good. I know that may surprise you guys. I never say that.
It was pretty good.
It was actually fantastic. I unlocked gas the last time he came around, so not this most recent time, back in June. So I beat the event then, and I've had him since then, and I've been working on his gear and getting up as high as I can. I did not hoard my Get One currency at all, so like a dummy, I've just been wandering around like a doofus with a 5-star gas for most of the time. Finally got him to 6-star, and he's just been trapped at gear 11. So I finally, because we did light side Hoth, had enough Get One to get him up to 7 stars. And I went nuts. I hearted most of the materials that I needed to immediately get him to gear 12, immediately get him to gear 13, and then I got him up to Relic 6, and that's where he's at right now.
Yeah.
And he's just wrecking shit. That's
awesome.
I'm now in the top. I can get into the top 50 into my squad arena shard, which is nice. A little extra crystals, I hit a wall of Galactic Legends at that point, but that's nice, getting some extra crystals. And he's just a wrecking crew. Getting to use him in raids is fun. Used him in Heroic Sith, and he's the guy that. I also gave him mostly 6E mods. So like, I had really decent, I don't know, pretty legit, orange mods on him, pre 6E mods.
Right.
And then I hoarded all that material, and it just made a significant boost in his output. He crits. He crit for like 130,000 the other day. Like it was just like nothing, which is just insane. Like
that's dope.
Never had a character like that. And from the footage I've seen of Jedi Knight Luke, they're a lot very similar in that way. Like Jedi Knight Luke, I've seen Zareth wield his. It's insane. Like he's just like 100k, does his little stompy kick thing, and it's like fuck. All right.
Yeah, it's real cool.
There's Luke. And then I also 7-starred Darth Nihilus, which is a nice monkey off my back.
Yeah.
He's at gear 11. I'm going to take him to 12 because I do want, just like you, to have a good, solid Geo counter. So he's the last gear 12 of that trio. And then I'll have 3 gear 12, a full gear 12 Sith trio.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I brought Chupio into my farming list.
Me too.
Dude, by all accounts, he's awesome.
Really good. Yeah.
So couldn't hurt for light side Geo, and just having. I've always needed that like 4th or 5th Rebel member, like because I like to use C-3PO in my Padme squad, and I like using R2 with my Resistance.
Yep.
So a lot of times I'm kind of scrambling to make a halfway decent Rebel team if I'm not doing an Underman. So he logically makes it just a ton of sense. You don't need a bunch of prerequisite characters to unlock him, and even at low gear levels, he's efficient. Or he's decent because he gets half of CLS's stats. And if you have a relict CLS, which I don't, that makes a big difference. So even at like gear 8 or something, he can still be pretty effective. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to get him unlocked. Not just unlocked, but like usable. Because I could unlock him right now, but trying to get some shards up to get him to a decent rarity level.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing I did, I've been watching a few different. There's a new, forget his name. He's a newer content creator, smaller channel. I'll have to give him a shout out at some point. But I think he's in the Wolf Pack, and he showed kind of how he does his slicing, his method for slicing, which I thought was really interesting. And it's actually a very similar method to what Ranger J 1999 does from the Reality Skewed Gamers stream. So like it's a really good, it's an effective method. I had a lot of success doing it. So basically with all your gray mods, you're leveling them up to 6, or you're paying to slice them up to 6. If speed pops on those first 2 stats, and it's I think it's either, it could be a 3, it could be +3 speed, you immediately shoot it up to 12 or to 15. I'm sorry, you max it out, and you hope that speed pops, and then you slice it up to a green level, and you're hoping that speed keeps popping, and you're getting 8, 10, 15, then you keep slicing it up and up and up and up. And gray mods are actually one of the best because it's just more opportunities for speed to hit and to increase. Oh, yeah. But it's a really interesting method, and it works really well. I had a ton of success on my alt and on my main account doing that. And I mean, it costs a lot of credits, but the really big light bulb moment I had that I never considered is when you get a good mod, you should lock it. Because if you lock the mod, you don't lock it on a character, you're just locking the mod in your inventory. It no longer shows up when you go to sort your mods to sell them. Because if it's locked, it means you're holding on to that mod.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it really
I thought
helps.
It was just like you lock them onto a character.
No, that's what I thought too. You can just hit the lock button, and that just basically takes it out of your inventory, quote unquote. It's still there, but just when you're selling mods, it doesn't show up. So if it's a good mod, you want to save it, work on it later, or equip it on a future character, you can just lock it, and it's out of your mind, kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. So I've been doing that, and then also the other kind of, I guess, light bulb moment that I had was when you slice up a mod, you can sell it right from that window. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's kind of new though. They didn't always have that. They did a quality of life improvement sometime in the last few months where you could just do that now.
Okay, I didn't realize that. That's nice because that's cutting down on that annoying
Going back into the cell mod area.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so annoying. Oh, Biscuit said that uses Playbooks modding guide. You basically look for gray mods with matching secondaries. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. That guy's super smart, man. I definitely enjoy his stuff. But yeah, Fort is agreeing. Just locks it from selling it. Also can't sell if they are in a loadout. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, right. If they're in a loadout, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't show.
They don't pop up.
Boski said, "Is this the Lab Monkey method, or did you get it from someone else?" I don't know who necessarily created it. I know Ranger J uses a very similar thing, and this guy, I can't remember his name. Oh man, we follow him on Twitch, but I'll have to find it. But I don't know. I guess it's like a high-end guild method, and there's like a manifesto written on it or something. But I don't know. It's been working for me, but I thought that was
cool.
Kind of interesting and something to share.
Good to try it for me, yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's it. How about some Hardmeat? What do you guys think?
Let's go.
Let's
Get
play
some
Hardmeat music.
The
Hardmeat.
I can't hear it. I'm just imagining.
Oh, it's glorious. Don't you
Nice.
worry. All right, so the Hardmeat today. Let's get into it. Let's do season
10 or 11? 10 or 11?
10 or 11.
Whatever it is.
10 if you're CG, 11 if you're everyone else.
Yeah.
Has concluded.
It has.
I'm gonna put it over to you. How did you do this season?
I did very well this season.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Now, I didn't go undefeated,
Okay.
but I did hit a new achievement that I never hit before.
Oh, interesting. Which one is that?
Something called Kyber?
You say what?
Kyber. Darth
No.
Darket hit Kyber. What?
My whole basement's shaking. What's happening here? Whoa, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm brick hard proud of you. I'm very brick hard proud of you.
You know what else hit Kyber?
What else?
R2-D2 hit Kyber as well.
Your alt account hit Kyber?
Yes, it did.
Your double Kyber club?
Double Kyber.
Man, now you get your own Kyber Letterman jacket from CG. That's pretty rad.
I thought it was a smoking robe.
I got a letter jacket from them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was from Chrome.
Well,
Actually,
before
CG Spaniard did. I wish it was from CG Spaniard, but whatever. I mean,
Before we
beggars can't be choosers.
break down what we did in the last one, how did you do?
I did well too. I made Kyber. This is the 6th season in a row.
Is it triple Kyber for us?
That's triple. Yeah, that's triple so far
Kyber?
between your 2 accounts and mine.
Okay.
And then actually on my alt, Brick Hard Node, hit Kyber for the first time. Yeah.
Is it quadruple Kyber?
We're quad Kyber, bro.
Hey.
We are quad Kyber.
Nice.
This is the Quad Kyber podcast.
4-way Kyber.
We're getting this Galaxy of Beeroes bullshit out of here. That's the Quad Kyber cast. That's what we got going here, guys. No more beer. We're straight edge.
It's hard to say. Yeah, that's why I'm drinking water, because we're not beer anymore.
That's right. I'm still transitioning. It's like...
we lost all of our followers. I only come here because you guys get drunk and talk about the game.
You make me feel better about my alcoholism. That's why I come here, you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's awesome. That's very cool.
It was a good feeling, and I actually had a shot in round or opponent 2 of this last thing to hit it too, but I didn't. But it is what it is. Having the feats though be Jedi focused was really helpful for me because my Jedi are pretty decent. I've got quite a few of them. There was a few feats I couldn't hit because I don't have like ETH Koth or something, you know.
Yeah.
But I did pretty well with the Jedi stuff. So
yeah, I ended up getting
nice.
all of the feats completed on my main account, which was nice. And actually, I ranked, I think, higher than I ever have before.
Nice.
Yeah, I ranked 264 in Division 2. So I did pretty well. I went 11-1. That's the best season I've ever had in GAC.
Nice.
So that was rad.
I had a loss
really
each
accomplished.
round.
Okay.
I don't think I might have gotten one first place, but I had a loss, maybe 3 losses. There's 4 weeks. Yeah, 3 losses.
Okay, so you won. You won one.
One.
Okay.
One.
You won 3-0 in one of them.
Yep.
Nice. That's a solid, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Good fundamental play, and it's always something to build off of too.
I think a lot of it too was like redoing my defense a little bit, just slightly, and then actually looking at GAC history is where I kind of ignore that a lot of time.
Yeah.
Just doing that and seeing what they tend to do gives you a little bit of feel for what you can achieve. You know?
Oh yeah, big time, dude. Big time. That is like, let's talk about GAC, like what you learned. Like you kind of mentioned a few things, setting your defenses a little differently.
Yeah. Taking time in between each battle, like not doing it all at once, and kind of like looking at like who I have and if I can underman. I did more undermanning at this time than I ever have to get those extra banners. It blew in my face a couple times where like it didn't work, and then I had to go back in with another team.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I'm getting more confident with those kind of battles now than I was before. So I got a few more squads to work with now too. Like even though that wedge team that I put on defense sometimes doesn't get holds, if I pull them off, they're a good cleanup squad. If you mess something up, take 3 of them in to finish it off. So I feel like I have a lot more weapons at my disposal now too. And then with gas being available for me, even though he's low gear, he's there. And Jedi Luke having that available, that gives me another couple weapons to work with. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
That's a big. I think that's one of my big sort of pillars of success for this season. Is like I was starting to get a lot more teams kind of filled out that I've been working on, and those are that work that I've been putting in on these teams is starting to pay dividends. That year 12 project that I started is finally paying off. I have a solid geo counter that isn't Night Sisters. I'm able to use the triumvirate, and I'm even using just Palpatine and Vader in it just because I don't trust it yet to
I don't think I would either. I would want to have the extra firepower,
and I don't really use those characters otherwise, so if I can take out relic bugs, that's a win for me. But maybe I'll start experimenting.
The new Vader's such a good anti-bug character, having them in there is like just having a Sith quad, like
right.
It's the best thing,
Yeah, it can't hurt, it's but yeah, that's nice. And now with having gas is just a game changer, especially I've been parking them on defense lately, and it just very few of my opponents can deal with him. I don't think anyone has actually beat my gas squad on defense yet. So it's kind of like it kind of feels dirty in a way, like it's an I win button in a way. Like you can't beat my gas.
The opponents that I face, like I'll see them with a high relic gas, and I get a little scared. I know I can beat them most of the time. Like my CLS actually is pretty good at beating them unless they're modded like ridiculously. But they don't tend to put them on defense. They always take them on offense. So, that's kind of nice because that might be like their best squad. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to worry about that thing anymore.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing that that I kind of did differently this season. I created I got the idea from Solo Base 15 of the Gambit podcast. He has he calls it a battle planner, and he actually has a copy of it in their Discord server, free for anybody who wants to use it. I didn't quite like the layout of his. Like I just couldn't get the hang of it, so I kind of made my own kind of same idea though. So I made like a spreadsheet where it's just it's a grid. It looks like a grid of a GAC map, essentially, like just a real crude GAC map where you have, in Division 2, you have the 3 teams up top, 2 on bottom in the front, and then you have ships on top and the back, and, another 2 cells or teams on the bottom in the back.
Yep.
And then I put in a little column for, like, what I would use to counter my opponent. So, like, it mirrors what you see in GAC, and I find it to be a very helpful tool because I have like common teams that people use in Division 2 on it, and then I have my own. I have my own teams already input in there, like what I'm bringing on offense or defense. Just period. What do I have at my disposal? Important teams. I don't have like Oh yeah, my well, I guess I do have Phoenix on there, my Gear 8 Phoenix, but like more just filler teams, like important key teams, And I find that to be a really helpful way to visualize the battlefield opposed to trying to remember it. My memory sucks. So it's really helpful to have sort of just like this battle plan, a layout of what I'm going to do, and using that in tandem with using my opponent's .gg page, swgoh.gg page to, scout their tendencies. One thing that I've noticed is that people are generally very predictable. People, especially in Division 3 and Division 2, they don't really change it up much. And it seems like most people sort of go with a 70% of their best teams on offense and 30% on defense. Which, I mean, it's a good strategy. It can be a good strategy. It's probably the most common strategy. You have your strongest teams with you. You can take out most of anything that you're going to come up against. But the counter to that I've learned is if somebody goes like maybe 60% defense and brings 40% on offense, you have a better chance of making them fail, I think, as the thicker defense, the defensive player.
For sure.
So this whole GAC, that's what I did. I was just going super heavy on defense, but like really not that heavy on defense, because if I predicted my opponent's defenses, which were light, they had like bounty hunters, and then they would have like one or two like pretty good trip 'em up teams, like a Grievous, maybe Padme, or they'd have Jedi Knight Revan and Grievous, or rarely did somebody put both Revans on defense, or, both Revans and GG, Whereas me, I was putting Gas, both Revans, and Grievous on defense pretty often.
It's crazy.
And Geo sometimes. But I still had plenty of offensive power to get the job done. Like, I was getting full clears, mostly one-shots. So I was stopping people left and right and still getting full clears and had my best season ever. Yeah, it was... Yeah. I'm sorry I'm yammering on, but like it felt really good for a plan to work, and the cool thing is that I was very unpredictable. So if somebody tries scouting me in the future, they're gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's gonna do.
It's always different.
Maybe Gas is on defense. I don't know. I mean, probably Gas will probably be on defense, but then what are they gonna do? How are they gonna plan around that?
Right. Yeah. There's no way of looking at your history and being like, I know what I'm going to do.
Right.
It's going to be like, I hope he does what he did to this guy 3 weeks ago. And that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I would change it up, like maybe I put CLS on defense this round. Maybe I don't. Maybe I bring Geos. Maybe this time I don't, just being unpredictable, I think is valuable.
Yeah, because so many people do scout their opponents, So you have to change it up. I don't. And that's probably why I do bad. But I think I'd probably need to.
Yeah, Fort says he knows how to beat Gas on defense. I know, man. If I faced Fort, I would I'd have a tight butthole for sure, and it would be an honor to lose to Fort. Honestly, I mean, it would be like, all right, man, I've been christened. I got my ass kicked by Fort Morton.
Yeah.
Oh no, he knows how to beat the unpredictable. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think most people. I don't think that most people scout their opponents. I wouldn't think that.
You don't
in
think
GAC. So? I don't think so. I don't think most people, because if they're constantly setting the same stuff on defense, and it means they're bringing the same stuff for offense every time.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And most people tend to always bring their squad arena, whatever they use for squad arena. On offense, yeah, because they're most comfortable with it. I don't do that. I do the adverse of that. I'll put Padme on defense, or I'll put Gas as my arena team. I'll put them on defense. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. Yeah,
I should try it. Maybe see how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, Fort says he knows how to be unpredictable. 90% lay the same D.
Every time.
Then some play the same. Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good to look at like their attacks too, like not just their defense, but like what do they fail against? Because that's where you can trap them,
Yes.
Like this last guy that I was facing, where I had to win to get Kyber. He never beats General Grievous team, but he also always puts a bug team down. So I was like, I really can't sacrifice my GG squad because then I won't be able to get through his bugs without using like Padme.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he put his Padme down, so I had to use my Padme on his Padme because how can you not give up a chance to use Padme on Padme?
Right.
The hottest action in the game right there.
Right. No, and I like what Fort's saying. That's a great point. He says he loves it, guys that use undersize all the time, and then he won't set undersizable teams, you know? So, like, he's not putting stuff. I do the same thing. Like, if I see somebody's always using their Sith trio to take out Geos, I'm not putting Geos on defense, you know?
Nope.
Or if somebody, obviously Phoenix, I'm not putting on defense, you know? That's an easy...
I faced
solo,
him.
You know?
This season, I faced 3 Phoenix squads, and I had my Relic 3 Wampa the whole time. So it was like, like I hadn't seen Phoenix on defense in forever. Somebody put it up front, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
Right.
It's crazy, but like I throw Ewoks down usually to just throw a squad down, but if they have a decent nest, I'm not going to.
Right. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good to make people uncomfortable. A lot of people go into these GAC matchups and they're like, I'll probably have a Phoenix to that I can solo with Nest, or I can probably use my Underman Geo win if that's a pretty consistent counter for them, or whatever the case is. Just making them uncomfortable. And then that's another thing you can garner from their GAC history is what do they struggle on? I've seen one guy I saw struggle with his Sith Geo or a Sith trio counter against Geos, so it's like, maybe I will put my Geos on defense.
He doesn't know what to do with them,
right. And mine are decent, probably better modded than what he was facing. I would assume. I don't know, but I think it's really cool. And no, I have not checked that out yet. swgoh.gg added a new counter list, which I do want to look at that.
Yep,
I've heard that's pretty rad. I didn't have to use it a lot in these most recent rounds because pretty much everybody did the same thing. They set, 30% predictable defense with 70% of their offensive weapons, and I didn't even need to really look at it other than a nest that I failed on. A Relic 5 nest scoundrel team.
Be a pain.
It fucked me over, but I learned from it,
Yep.
I normally use the Gambit spreadsheet, but I do need to check that out. swgoh.gg, the counter list for sure.
I thought you put that together since you're like a contributor to .gg. It's like, Brick's getting paid.
Give them $1 a month, really just so I don't have ads. And I just love, it's a great service. I like the idea of it too. It's like 3 dudes who just it's like a passion project for them. I don't even think they're not trying to like take over the world with this. I think they just like statistics and they like playing this game. So,
That's cool. We get a lot out of it.
Hell yeah. I will export them if I can,
Yep.
Okay. So that was some good hot GAC talk.
Yep.
Now let's talk about these Galactic Legends, these new requirements. They released the second batch of requirements. Do you have this pulled up?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen here. This might get all wonky and look stupid, but I want to share this anyway.
Brick hard spreadsheets.
Yes. So what I did is I put together how does this look? Hopefully not too stupid.
Zoom in a little bit so it can be bigger.
Nope, it just froze our whole thing, so that's good. I'm going to stop sharing because that didn't work. Just use your imagination. Imagine a spreadsheet. Okay. So what are your thoughts so far? I guess so they released the latest batch is so we'll start with Sith Eternal Palpatine. So you need Darth Sidious at Relic 7, Darth Maul at Relic 4, Dooku at Relic 6,
do that.
Sith Marauder at R7, and the TIE Bomber at, I think, 6 star.
Yep.
So
not terrible, but like I feel like the Sidious and Maul one, it would be like, man, I don't know if I want to have that
Those-
high relic.
Those are rough characters. I mean, those
Yep.
are not like super desirable. I mean, I'd say Maul is probably I don't know, Roast Tico level bad.
I don't know what Maul
don't
would
know.
do at Relic 4, though. Maybe he's going to be great at Relic 4.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
could be. I don't think he's quite in Rose territory, but I don't know.
No, yeah.
Now, I didn't really take too much issue. I mean, those are some turds, but I mean, you have to think about, the first set. You naturally would compare them to the first set of Galactic Legends. You got you definitely have some turds in there, with Resistance pilots. Holdo seems to be in a lot of Galactic Legend Ray teams,
yeah, works well with Ray. I would say that the ones that they just added, like Sidious, Maul, Dooku, Marauder, those are characters that have been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you might have quite a few people who have those, like Gear 12 for sure, maybe Relic. I see a lot of Relic Dookus. I don't see hardly any Relic Krennics.
No.
Sidious, I'm like, I don't know if I would do that, but
No, I mean, but he's an attacker, I believe, and I think with modding and the new damage output that his AOE, and I mean, he does some different things. Like I don't know. I guess I'm not. It's not my first Relic character I would think of, but
no.
I guess I'm not too bent out of shape about those
Yeah.
requirements. Now, Jedi Master Luke, I don't know.
I'm
what
actually
your
happy
thoughts
about
are.
these requirements.
I know
because
you are
I've
personally, yeah.
I've personally fit a lot of these
Yeah.
things without too much work. So,
Right.
But I can definitely see why somebody would be mad about this because they are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so Jedi Knight Luke is required
Yep.
at R7.
Which
Okay.
means all those other characters that I was talking about earlier, who it's like a pain in the ass to Relic, and they're fairly useless that you have to
Right.
work on too. So you not only are you adding that one character, that means you had to have had all these other characters, and you had to have all these ships. It's just nuts.
So yeah, it is nuts. So you need not only Jedi Knight Luke, you need R2D2 at R7, which I mean he's a solid character. Han Solo, Raid Han at Relic level 6, Chewie at 6. So then Jedi Knight Luke. So Jedi Knight Luke, R7. I have a lot of issues with this because, like you said, okay, so Jedi Knight Luke, I'm going to go on a brick hard rant here, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So Jedi Knight Luke flies in the face of the foundation of what CG has set for the first two Galactic Legends for many reasons. So first off, one of the things that I thought was cool about the new Galactic Legends is that these are two new factions that newer players or any player can invest in. I thought it was cool that, now they're going to have, somebody can make, 4 different choices. And I talked about that on the last podcast. I thought that was cool. Like, okay, I can go with Resistance. I can go with First Order. I can go with Sith and Empire. I can go with Jedi and Light Side Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
But with the Jedi Knight Luke requirement, you take that away. You take at least one path away from them because no newer player, and this podcast is, I think, largely, I hope that it's for everybody. I hope that end game players can get something out of it. Mid game players like us can get something out of it. Newer players, everybody. I hope everybody gets something out of it. Like, I really feel like this Jedi Knight Luke requirement, this prerequisite, is just a direct kick in the nuts to us, to like us type of players and younger accounts, like, and totally avoidable too, like, for many reasons. I mean, the first reason is, so Jedi Knight Luke has all of these other requirements that are needed just to get him. You need all these relic characters, which is one thing, which is bullshit, but that's one thing. But also, the characters that are required are gated behind get one currency.
Mm-hmm.
Between Hoda, Hermit Yoda, and Wampa. You need a ton of get one to unlock those characters, and other than some random events that come around once in a blue moon, there's no way to get those shards. So that's one thing. So not only are they required, but also Rolo. Rolo's required, which is a character whose shard you accumulate Oh, Thisk is rating. What's up, man?
Yo.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. So yeah, Rolo. We were just talking about the Galactic Legends requirements, and the Wolf. What's up, man? Yeah, he's been in a bunch of Twitch chats today, so good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. So we were just talking about the Galactic Legends and Jedi Knight Luke, and not too happy about it. So Rolo is another character needed, and Rolo is a character whose shards are accumulated through, the Hoth TB, which is an outdated TB that like we talked about earlier that nobody does. It's
unless you're trying to get one or get those shards because you're panicking. Right. So
exactly. Hey, Dr. Zeppers, how you doing, man?
What up?
Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Yeah, nice. Got his own little Twitch icon. I like that. Dr. Z. Yeah, so like Rolo is just a pain in the ass requirement. Especially for younger accounts, which I think a lot of I've seen, like, a lot of our listeners and people in Discord are, so I feel for those people.
Playing for less than a year.
Like, why do we need to punish these younger accounts, and say, here's once again another thing that you can't get with the big boys, with the end game players, and I really respect what like Ranger J from RSG was talking about. Like, he was looking at it from the perspective of other players that aren't him. Like, he's fine, he's ready to go, he's set. In your set, you planned accordingly. You kind of, you had Hermit Yoda, you had Wampa already 7-starred, and
yep.
You already invested in the rebels, pretty early on. So, like, you're set, but like, there's a lot of people who aren't set, and this is a really big hurdle for them to try to overcome if they want to even get access to this character. So I just feel like it's just really it's a low blow to younger accounts, and an unnecessary one. Like,
yeah,
they could have easily made the requirements on par with Rey and Kylo, which we'll get to. Like, they could have done a very similar thing, Yeah, you need to relic Lobot, you put some dud characters in there. Like, very similar. They can make it a very similar style event. But instead, they went this route with the Jedi Knight Luke requirements. So that's one reason that it sucks. Unless they plan to introduce, an easier way to get one, or get these shards, then that can change the game. That can change the whole discussion. But so the other reason that it flies in the face of all of the Galactic Legends, or the first set of Galactic Legends, is it's still an event. It doesn't come around. It still doesn't come around very often. It's still, it's not in the Journey Guide. And that's how the first Galactic Legends were set up. They're in the Journey Guide. You can access it at any time. They wanted to take away from the gear crunch and not make such a stressful acquisition to get these characters. Jedi Knight Luke flies in the face of that completely. That's the antithesis of what they talked about before. Like,
yeah, but he's not a legend though. He's different.
Right.
It's similar to a hero's journey.
Right, but it's not. You can't access it.
Yeah,
immediately.
Yeah,
it's regardless. I mean, it makes total sense from a thematic perspective. Of course, it's the earlier or the later iteration, the later iteration. Jedi Knight Luke is one of the iterations of Luke. He's in the journey. Of course, that makes sense. I totally understand it, but it just sucks for younger accounts.
For sure.
And, you have to wait again. It creates another crunch, in 3 months, it's coming around again.
I don't have my Mon Mothma to Relic 5 yet. She's only Gear 11. Fuck,
right.
I gotta spend a bunch of money.
Right, I know. It's just hard. It's just hard on younger accounts and players that haven't been around forever, that have 7-star everything,
Yeah.
It's just disappointing, and oh, go ahead.
Do you have to have the Falcon for this too? You have to have the Falcon for Jedi Luke, right? Wasn't that one of the requirements in there? Or was Wedges?
Yeah, I think Wedges. Now. Yeah.
But like it's ships that's adding those in there too is like another gatekeeping kind of thing that keeps people from getting it too. So it's not just like those characters. There's characters that go into like this stuff too. Right. And ships.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really a big hassle. And in chat, Wolf is making a great point. The Jedi Knight Luke requirements are tough, especially with after new players have been told repeatedly that they need to hoard all their get one and gas, for gas and Malik, which is where I'm at. I'm a 4 million GP player who, why would I not hoard? I just got a 7-star gas. Why would I not hoard my get one currency for Malik next? That's who I have my sights set on next.
Yep.
Why am I going to invest in Hoda and Wampa and go for Luke and then have, just this half-ass Darth Revan team that I've already put all this time and energy into, and, Jedi Knight Revan. So it's such a valuable resource, and it really hurts us, and it hurts players from a perspective of, okay, so you make all of these nodes, you make all of these characters only available from these nodes. Like, that's a specific thing that they chose to do, is to say, okay, you unlock this character at 5 stars. You did all of this farming, you got all these relic characters, you did all this hard work, and you waited the special amount of time, and then, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to get it at 5 fucking stars. You're going to need 70,000 get one currency to get them to 7-star. Then you can actually use them for real.
Yeah.
And then, oh, by the way, we got another Galactic Legend coming out. And you need Hoda and Wampa, who also use the same currency. It either shows that they're inept, number one, or number two, they just want money,
Yeah.
Or maybe a combination of two. Like, I don't understand it from that perspective. Like, I think there's plenty of ways they could have gone about it differently than this way. It's just a disappointing thing. And we don't talk shit about CG unnecessarily on this show. Like, we're not.
Nope.
And I'm speaking more, I guess, I'm more fired up, I guess, than you are about it. But, like,
That's because, like, I have already taken care of those characters. That's the only reason I'm not upset. Like, I am upset from other people's perspective because I can see that it's just, like, fucking ridiculous,
Right.
But I spent my stuff on these characters back in the day, and they were just sitting there, and then I geared them up, like Wampa was at like gear 6, Hoda was at like gear 8 or something like that, and then when this kind of came around, I pushed them both up,
Right.
So
I mean, yeah, you're positioned nicely for it, and I think that you are more the exception than a lot than a lot of players around our GP or below. It's And, unless they do some kind of, and Fisk said it too, unless there's some type of catch-up mechanic for, younger accounts, like,
another hyperdrive.
Yeah, it's really not, it's not a feasible path for you to go for Jedi Master Luke. It really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you get great characters. Otherwise, trying to get the requirements together, you're naturally going to get a really solid Rebel team out of it, among other things, Mon Mothma. You're going to be getting these really solid characters, but so people in chat are talking about comparing the first set of Galactic Legends, and that's a great point because I did do a spreadsheet of comparing just relic levels. Okay, so I took Kylo, Galactic Legend Kylo, and Galactic Legend Rey, and just added up all of the relic levels. Okay, so for Kylo you need a total of 60 relic levels, and this doesn't tell the whole story, of course. This isn't totally indicative of how difficult these characters are to unlock and really tell the full story of what the grinds entail and what's required, the characters that are required to unlock these characters, etc. So this is just purely relic levels. So you need 60 relic levels total between crew, First Order Stormtrooper, First Order Officer, OG Kylo, Phasma, Fox, Veteran Han, Sith Trooper, First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot, or Fossif, Hux, First Order TIE Pilot, EP, and you need the Finalizer at 5 stars, so whatever. But you need some ships for that as well. So 60 total relic levels are needed for that. Then you compare it to Rey. Rey at 62. I don't need to name all the characters, I don't think, but you needed 62 relic levels for her. So far with Sith Eternal Empire, we still have, or Emperor, we say Emperor, Empire. We have, just with the first two set of requirements, 46 total relic levels. Now, Jedi Master Luke, when you factor in all of the characters that are needed, so Old Ben, JTR, C-3PO, Mon Mothma, Chewpio, Jedi Knight Luke, R2-D2, I'll actually have Jedi Knight Luke on here twice. Jedi Knight Luke, Han Solo, Chewie, Then you have all of the characters that are relicked and needed for relics for Jedi Knight Luke to unlock. So you need Vader at Relic 3, CLS, Rolo, Lando, Wampa, Hoda, Captain Han. You need already 74 total relic levels for Jedi Master Luke. 74. And
there's still more to release.
Exactly.
They haven't released them all.
There's still, 3 or 4 characters, you would think, logically.
Yep, Farm Boy, Leia.
So that's insane. I mean, that's already a step well above what the first set of Galactic Legends required. And then now I think where it even gets worse and is more likely, or I guess equally bad, for Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine, you're going to be getting probably gas. I think gas is going to be a requirement. I really do. I think that's the only thing that's somewhat comparable. I have heard, that maybe Malik would be required, or I don't know, the Revens. But I wouldn't.
It doesn't fit the story, though. I don't think
it does either. I think gas makes sense. I really do. I mean, based on what they're doing with Jedi Master Luke, which is really that's shitty too. Because again, for younger, I'm thinking about it from the younger players, the mid level, Division 2, Division 3 players and below. Like now, you don't have 4 Galactic Legends to choose from. You have 2. Who's going to be going? Oh yeah, okay. So I got to get gas, so I can maybe get Palp. Oh, I got to unlock Jedi Master or Jedi Knight Luke, so I can maybe get. It just it doesn't. Who's thinking about playing a mobile game? Oh, maybe in a year I can get this character. Unless you're spending a lot of money. Like
right. What storyline wise, Rey and Kylo are going to be involved? Wouldn't you think?
Say that again.
For the Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine, wouldn't Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo kind of fit that storyline? Would they require 2 Galactic Legends to be for that?
I would hope not. That would be a real fuck you moment. I would hope.
But like that's those 2 coming together though for the end of the movie. We're talking about like storyline here and like what flows with the storyline. Obviously, gas doesn't really flow with the storyline unless you're doing it as like a prequel to Vader.
But that would really screw over people who are already grinding these characters hugely because this may be the first Galactic Legend for some people, and I can't imagine the outrage from that. Like,
oh my gosh,
come the fuck on, man!
It would be crazy. But I'm just saying, like storyline wise, I'm like, who else fits into the storyline?
Right?
Maybe some new characters.
Oh, they did say that. That's a good point, Boski. That's why. They said you wouldn't need a Galactic Legend to unlock these GLs.
Okay.
So that is good. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them with this horse shit that they've been.
We're changing it up. Here it comes.
Right. Well, you know what? For the first set of Galactic Legends, they were like, you're not going to need all relics on these characters. Like, they're not going to need everyone relic. And then a few weeks later, like, you're going to need relics. Right.
We meant you're not going to need them all relic 7.
I got to catch up on chat here. I'm sorry.
Light relics.
There's a lot going on. I appreciate you guys, coming in and engaging. We really appreciate it. I went on a brick hard rant there, so I apologize. But just catching up. So Dr. Zepper's been lurking around. Yeah, dude. So he did that 24-hour stream with the Escape Pod, which we should mention. That's awesome. Yeah. It was a charity event. I think they raised a lot of money. We hopped over for a little while, threw in some cash, and wanted to support the children's cancer fundraiser they had going on. And they did a 24-hour stream. Lots of awesome Twitch people popped in and contributed to it. Really great event. Really cool to see. And we would love to be a part of a future one for sure. Have a bigger role in it and try to help out. But very cool. Put on by the Escape Podcast, and I think mainly Visari Games was the main, they kind of got the ball rolling, I think. But very cool to see everybody helping out. Okay. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up here, guys.
So you're gonna go for one of these 2? Obviously not Luke, but you're gonna go for Palp?
No, I mean at this point, the first set of Galactic Legends are a fucking steal. They're a bargain at this point when you compare them to these 2 new characters. And you know what? I imagine CG. I imagine CG defending it, like the requirements are already significantly more difficult to get than the first set of Galactic Legends. You know, when you even further, like even just if you're okay, we already looked at the relic levels. Okay, that's the other thing you need to consider is what characters are required for these characters. C-3PO requires you to have Ewoks. Chewie requires you to have pretty solid bounty hunters and ships. These aren't fucking just, you don't roll out of bed and get these characters. Like, once again, kicking the younger players directly in the ball sack because, for what reason? Like, I feel like if you play this game every day, like I've played this game every day for at least 2 years, maybe more. And I started playing initially at launch, stopped for a while, came back to it. Like, why am I being penalized once again and not being able to have access to this stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what more do I need to do? I guess get my wallet out more? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they're selling Wampa shards in the packs, so you can buy them like that.
That's true. That's a good point.
You can buy Hoda shards, but you also get Vader shards with it. So like that, yeah, they're making them available. You just got to put the money out for them. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's disappointing. I mean,
and there's no we don't even have kits for these characters.
Right.
We don't know exactly what they do. So like you're putting all this effort into because like I know there are people that are like building these teams right now to get it, and then like yeah, the kit's going to be awesome. It's a Galactic Legend, but like, is it going to be what you need in your roster right now?
Right. Maybe not. It might not be. And like like, are they a super defensive character? Are they, like Luke doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he's
in
not.
The movie.
Doesn't, he doesn't battle. Is he going to be a non-combatant?
Exactly.
Galactic Legend.
Is he going to create a projection? Like, is that going to be his thing? Like, I mean. And that's a great point, Dr. Zepper's like, Jedi Master Luke, at this point, I think they should be more powerful than the first set of Galactic Legends. Like, they've said they're going to try and balance them out, but with the requirements, so you get the same reward, but the difficulty to unlock the character is way more difficult.
Yeah.
Right. Sure, you do get Jedi Knight Luke out of it, of course. You get a really solid character, but, like, the end goal is a Galactic Legend. And there's great characters that are required to get gas, too, you could argue. Not as good as, obviously, like, a Jedi Knight Luke, per se.
Yeah.
But
this new Luke better beat all the other Legends because you have to put more into it,
Yeah, I mean, you would think
so.
But they've said that they want to keep them balanced. And I think that the way that they would defend that point, like, why are the requirements so much more steep for these new Galactic Legends? Well, guys, we gave you, galactic challenges. Where you guys get 6 stun guns a month, more than you did before. And you get to spend a lot of time doing that, so that's cool.
So what are you complaining about?
We've cut down that gear crunch for you guys. I don't know what more you could ask for. We added, mythic tiers to, challenges.
Assault, yeah.
Assault battles, assault battles, not challenges. You're getting more relic material. If you have those max characters, you should be able to relic stuff up a lot more quickly now, guys.
Just relic stuff up, relic everything up.
We've been giving you so many more tools at your disposal. We couldn't make the in-game economy crash. We had to keep you guys working. We had to move the goalpost, so to speak. They would never say that, but
yeah,
the game's changed. The game's different than when the first Galactic Legends came out, and I don't know. It's rough.
Yeah, because I'm farming Chupio and Mon Mothma, but it's not intentionally for Jedi Master Luke. Like that might eventually get me there, but that's not why I'm farming those characters.
Right.
Or at least Chupio. Mon Mothma's not available yet.
I mean, I think that is the argument for those for some of the requirements for that for Jedi Master Luke is that you are getting some really solid characters out of it. I would argue, like, before they released the second batch, it was like, well, in comparison to, Rey and Kylo, I like a lot of those characters more than I do, the Resistance and First Order, because, most of the characters, or a good chunk of the characters for the Resistance and First Order are just sort of like, generic people, like, First Order Stormtrooper. Am I really stoked about First Order Stormtrooper? Am I super stoked about Phasma? Not really. I mean, she's a named character in the series, sure, but do I really care about Sith Trooper? I mean, sure, he screws stuff up, but like, you know, he's a bad dude. But do I really care about First Order Phasma? Do I really care about Phasma? Nah, not really. What about First Order TIE Pilot? Not really. So you have
Hux
those.
is good.
Hux
That's
is
about
cool.
it.
Yeah, but like, so that's like 50% of those characters. Same thing with you know, the Resistance. You know, am I stoked about, you know, Resistance Trooper, Resistant Pilot,
Rose.
Rose? Not really. Like,
Hero, Poe, and Finn are pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, those are cool characters. But like looking at you know, Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Luke excluded, Chewie, awesome. Han, awesome. R2, Chewpio, Mon Mothma, interesting. You know, could be a really solid character in the future. C-3PO. Old Ben is even, like, I don't know.
Old Ben with Jedi Knight Luke is awesome.
Dude,
so like,
I'm
that's
not mad about
a
Old
tune
Ben.
you're going to be working on anyways if you have Jedi Knight Luke.
I'd rather relic him than, you know, First Order TIE Pilot. I don't know.
The Rebel Y-Wing, like, that's something you need to have if you want to make your Home 1 fleet relevant on defense or whatever you're using it for. Like, that's a good ship to have. You know, all these characters are good, but it's with Luke, Jedi Knight Luke in there, it's something else.
Yeah, it really throws a monkey wrench, and it honestly seems kind of lazy as well. Like,
yeah,
you know, hey, we got this new event, we got to use it, got to put it to use. I don't know.
I don't know if they thought that through though, like how hard it is to get Jedi Knight Luke in that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just like toss these characters around. Like, there's nothing that goes into it. You know, like you made the requirements for Jedi Knight Luke pretty hard already, and then now you're including that one character. It's just nuts.
I know. Well, I think we've harped on it enough, I guess, or I have. Not so much you.
It's all right.
I don't know. It's just been grinding my gears, and you know, a lot of the content creators have been talking about it, you know, in the various formats. But like, I think one thing that I like about our show is that we represent, you know, the not necessarily every in-game account, you know, and it just really rubbed me the wrong way when they came out with that requirement as being, and not done anything about accumulating get one more quickly or the shards of Hoda and Wampa without paying for them, or making Rolo easier to get. Like, it's just not okay. So you can run the outdated Hoth territory battle and miss out on the get two currency that you desperately need to be relevant to have, you know, Malevolence or Negotiator. You know, it's like, anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have anything in Star Wars in general you want to talk about?
I'm reading the Thrawn books. I had
Oh, hold on. Let me go to our music here. Let me
yeah.
We're really professional here.
We have sound effects.
We have music. If I could find it, that'd be cool. Here we go. MXPX is playing as we speak.
I can't hear it.
You're perfectly synced up. All right, we're back.
All right, so I was kind of rereading the first trilogy of the Thrawn books, though I didn't finish them. I finished the second book. I'm on to the third book. They're awesome. Like, I think I was just like distracted when I was going through them the first time and wasn't getting details. But after this new set of books came out, we were talking about it in our Discord channel, and a couple of our buddies, so Jacob of Spice Den, Schnaps, they're all reading them. Made me want to go back and read the ones that I kind of skipped or didn't finish, and I love it. Great character development of Thrawn. The storyline is cool. You get to meet some new like species that you didn't know about before. Gets into his like battle strategies and whatnot. So highly recommend those books. Hopefully one show down the road we can look at like each book and give a little review on them.
Yeah.
But it's a cool story. Highly recommend it. So
nice.
And then we got
Mando trailer.
Mandalorian trailer,
yeah, dude.
which I wasn't ready for. It like popped up. I think I was at work and finishing, and somebody was texting me like, "Did you see the new Mando trailer?" I'm like, "Oh shit, it's out! God, I missed it." Must not have my notifications on or something, but it's a pretty cool trailer.
Exciting, man.
I have to say, a lot of cool stuff in there. One of the first scenes, you get the Razor Crest kind of just flopping around. Looks like it's pretty war torn from battle or something, and needs to stop and get some service. So we see the crest at the beginning. You hear the armorer throughout the entire thing talking to Mando, giving him some advice on what to do with Baby Yoda. I like how Mando's talking about how the recommendations she's giving aren't good, so you want me to give the baby up to like enemy sorcerers who we once fought against, because she brings up the fact that the Jedi fought the Mandalorians back in the day. What else is in here? We seeing some Tatooine. So Mando goes back to Tatooine, I think.
Yeah, they show some Tuskens. Are Tuskens only indigenous to Tatooine, or they colonized another sand planet?
I think Jacob, if he's still in chat, would let us know on that. I'm not entirely sure on that.
I don't see that. They don't strike me as the type of folks, and maybe I'm typecasting. Maybe
they're leaving.
Maybe they hitch a ride on a space shuttle or space transport, and like
Yeah.
They're like, it's going to be 60 credits, and they go, and they're like, no, it's 60 credits. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't understand. And they keep doing that,
Right,
and,
right.
They try to trade a gaffy stick for, for fair, and they're like, nah, get the hell out of here. And then they kill the guy. It's just a whole mess. It's just a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Whole thing.
Tatooine is the only confirmed place in canon. It was definitely there in the trailer. See, Belsky, that's why we keep you around, man. That's why you're on the payroll. Wait, he's not on the payroll. We
and
did
the
send
Banthas.
him beer allegedly.
And he has his own emoji in our Discord server.
And I think he actually pays us with his subscription, so I had that completely.
It's backwards. We have the payroll wrong on that one.
Well, technically, he's our boss, so whatever you want Bosky us to do, we'll pretty much do. So.
Yeah. Did you see the woman who I think they're trying to say is the Jedi hanging out between the crates in that one scene?
Yes, I did see that scene.
Do you know who that is?
No.
So I don't know what character she's playing, but you watched some WWE, right?
No.
Okay, I thought you did. Maybe not. So Sasha Banks.
Oh, she's like WWE. Ooh, Sabine. That's what I've heard, dude. Sabine. That's a theory I've heard. I don't know if that's legit or not. But that would be rad. And
would be cool.
We still haven't watched Rebels, or I haven't watched Rebels. When's Rebels come around? Soon?
The
for
show?
Us? No, for us, for our chronological viewing.
I mean, it's not too far off. We got a couple movies to watch in between there. We got to finish the Clone Wars.
When's Rebels? Rebels is between.
Rebels is right before New Hope, I think, right?
After Solo. Okay, it's after Solo, before Rogue One.
Before Rogue One, yeah.
Okay, we're not too far off. Okay, so we got to... Okay, interesting.
That's a good show. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I started watching it, but I don't know the conclusion, so if anybody in chat can do no spoilers. I'm assuming Sabine survived. But, I've liked what I've watched so far. I just haven't... We're doing our chronological viewing still of all Star Wars video content, so we will hit it up. Oh, nice. Rogue, it's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you. Has all R2 Phoenix. Nice. That's why you and Zareth get along so well, because you guys are both...
Relic Phoenix?
You're both Phoenix fanboys. I get it. It's cool. I'd love me some Sabine. I have Sabine.
That'd be awesome.
She's a solid character, man.
Yeah, she is.
The Phoenix have helped me when I've been stumped on a Grievous. They are great for getting rid of B1s. Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
and B1s
because
all the assists, and then
her
grenade's nice. Like they're I like me some Phoenix.
You're finding some use for them then, huh?
Heck yeah. They're shit on defense at this point.
Yeah, they sure are. We got a scene with some X-wings.
Oh,
you see that part in the trailer?
No.
They were either chasing the crest or they were riding with the crest. At one point, they're riding with the crest, and then one other one looks like they were chasing him. Couldn't really tell. Could have been some editing cuts, but they were definitely at one point on the sides of them, which is kind of cool. We get to see Cara Dune and Grief again together, so they'll be back in action. Looks like.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna give you some Give you some screen time here in my background.
Nice. We get some Mando jetpack action.
Of course. And some whistling birds.
Yep.
That's a dope scene. Baby Yoda's in the hovering cocoon.
Yep.
And just sees that Daddy's about to lay destruction to his foes.
Yep.
Has a little cocoon cover thing go up.
Curls himself up into his little pod there.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of cool little scenes, so I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah. We're
My
gonna have to do our. Well, so for people who don't know, we did a episode by episode analysis last year when season 1 came out.
yeah,
So we'll have to do that. I don't know how.
with your 1 month old.
Yeah, I don't know how. Still no baby yet. My wife is due to pop any point. The due date is technically Friday, so this Friday.
Yeah.
But she went in today, had her checkup and everything, and
she thought that he was coming out 2 weeks ago.
she
at this
really
point,
did.
right?
She really did. She was like, "It's gonna like there's just too much pressure." Like, but
Yeah.
he's just chilling. He's just chilling in there. I don't know.
That's
So I don't know
warm,
what
it's
that's gonna
comfy.
do, but you guys will figure something out. And
Yeah.
I'll be watching The Mandalorian. I'll just be,
Definitely.
sleep deprived and maybe hating my life, maybe not. Maybe as patient
be a
as
good
this
thing.
little guy is, maybe he's super
Yeah.
chill. I don't know.
It'd be a good thing to watch while you're up with those late night ones, late night feedings. So.
They don't know what the fuck's going on. You can watch anything, man. I
Put slasher films on, anything.
seriously, they don't care. They just sleep and they can't even see yet. They can they're just
Yeah,
little
they see,
piss
they
and
just see,
shit
like,
machines for the first right.
Nuts.
The first I don't know, however many months. I don't know, 5 years or something. They can't see until they're 6. I don't know.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Yada yada something kids.
Yep. Yeah, no, lots of cool stuff in that trailer. So
the schnapps.
exciting.
Yes, I will tell her to wait. Keep that baby in until Sunday. You need to share a birthday. Our son needs to share a birthday with my guildmate.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And
He's
then
like,
you can,
babe, I think my water broke. Keep it in.
Yep.
Let's keep that in there.
And you can name him the Schnaps Hardmeat.
Now is not the time. That's a beautiful name. Really rolls off the tongue, does it not?
It does.
All right. Anything else in that trailer you wanted to?
I would just say one thing that I didn't know that I wanted was a Gamorrean fight.
Oh yeah.
In the ring. I didn't know I wanted that until I saw that. But yeah, that should be cool.
I thought that their use was to be Rancor food, but they have many purposes.
They do other stuff.
They're actually pretty skilled MMA fighters.
Yeah.
They some of the best in the galaxy. I don't know. I don't have anything to support that, but
I don't know.
we'll see.
Yep. That's pretty much all we got today.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw,
A whole episode sober.
yeah,
It was
you
tough.
You did.
But next time I'll be drinking some more.
Yeah, Darth Darket is on. He's on some pain pills, but yeah, if you're watching and you like what you see, feel free to follow us. We would appreciate it. We do a podcast every other week, and we do some GAC fights. We stream some GAC fights here
Once in a
on our
while.
channel once in a while. Yes.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I guess that's it, man. Appreciate everybody coming out, and hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Why don't you take them out, Darket?
All right. Once again, hit us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon.
Grinder.
Stay safe out there.
What else? Are we on?
Farmers Meat.
Yes, Farmers Only.
Yep.
Christian Mingle.
Yep.
Plenty of Fish. We're on a lot of.
All those things.
Mm-hmm.
But don't drink at hyperdrive, and give us a follow, and come back next time. We'll
Thanks,
see ya.
Wolf. Cheers, guys. Peace.
Cheers.
Oh, and thanks you, Thisk, for the raid. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We are on Tinder Beer as well.
Pew, 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 pew.
Peace.